Hi, welcome. I'm just going to go over some thoughts on eschatology, and I think it might help people. Okay. It does not, well, first of all, I have been across the entire spectrum. I've been from pre-trib, mid-trib, post-trib. I held all the views except for historicist view, and that one I'll never buy into because the time indicator does not allow it. But anyway, I want to share with you my experience, how when my view evolved, changes, how that impacts my worldview. So, so I first become a Christian, and I believe in everything I hear what Christians say, which is a massive ball of flooded false information. And you're all using scripture to back up their false information, their imaginations, you will, and all the while thinking they're correct. And I bought into it, hook, line, and sinker. Okay? And what helped me realize that what I was believing in was not true was the time indicators of scripture. So here I am, new Christian, believing in pre-trib, mid-trib, post-trib, all those different views. And in terms of what I'm seeing, what Christ accomplished in the first century, I am not seeing much. Very little. And that's why people are, oh, Jesus come back soon, blah, 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 blah. On it goes. All the while I'm making God look like a false prophet. But my view evolved over the years. I see more and more what Christ accomplished. All right? And you get a deeper and deeper appreciation of what Christ actually already accomplished in the first century. Alrighty? So my view evolved over the years. What really helped me was by taking the time indicator of the Bible seriously. If there's a time indicator, pay close attention to it. But got to compare scripture with scripture, see how it's used. Alright? And so that's where the challenges lie. Well, how did that happen with that time frame? I just don't see it. Instead of just blowing it off, saying, well, that didn't happen, and going forward with that, instead, compare scripture with scripture until you see how it happened at that time frame. Then the light bulb comes on. Okay? And the more you do that, the more you're going to see what Christ actually accomplished. All right? So the view today that I consider heresy, it's only considered heresy by those who can only see this much. They cannot see beyond this, okay? They are completely blind. And that's the way the majority of Christians are at today. They can't see what Christ already accomplished in the first century, all right? So they're in no position to determine what's heresy and what's not. Excuse me. So the correct view that is considered heresy is the full preterist view. That is the one where you maximizes, you see everything that Christ accomplished. And it's a blessing. You know, it changes your worldview from seeing the world half empty to half full with what Christ accomplished. All right? And the other half is just the non-elect, if you will. Okay? People are not, regenerate. So I hope that makes sense to you. I've been there where I was afraid of the full preterist view. Like, oh my gosh, I was that way for many, 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 many years. Okay? And then one day I realized in the original language, there's actually both physical and spiritual aspect to it. And so when I started exploring the spiritual aspect to it, then boom, 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 everything is just falling into place. And I realized even more what Christ actually accomplished in the first century. All right. So what I'm trying to get at, don't be afraid. In this channel, I try to emphasize chronology, time indicators, audience relevance, grammar, and setting of the scriptures. When you follow those things and it all come together, you know then you are on the right path. Okay? Otherwise, you are going off in the world of imagination, using scripture to support your imagination without realizing it, and you turn the Bible into a create your own story, if you will, by using outside paradigm, events, newspaper, and just creating your own story. That's all you're doing. And I'm speaking from experience. Like I said, I've been across the entire spectrum. So Anyway, I just want to share that with you. And this PDF that you see here, you have access to it below. This is sort of the central hub. And so you have access to all the resources on the left here. There's other resources too throughout, but whenever you see that cursor turned into a hand, that's a link to a resource, whether a video or another PDF or website, whatever. So, alrighty. Anyway, just my thoughts, and it's an exhaustive study. This is not a 5-minute study, but if you're new, I encourage you to stay humble. That is one of the keys to this. By staying humble, you really grow. And even though you disagree with, just listen to what they have to say anyway. There might be a gold flake that might be kind of cool that you didn't know about. So anyway, that's all I have. So I just want to share that with you. And you have an awesome day. Thank you.